John Cabot-Smith's Adventure by Jaden, Alex, and Ronnie. John Cabot-Smith was born in the New World. His parents came over with Christopher Newport and were settlers in the Jamestown colony. When he was 18, John decided to return to his parents' home in France. He wanted to go to school there to learn how to be a sailor. He left with a ship that was headed back to Europe that had just dropped off supplies and new settlers. They were looking for new crew members to help back with the voyage, and John signed up. On the 15th day of the voyage, John saw a storm coming. He warned the captains, who said they would sail right through it. The boats were brought, but the captain was thrown overboard, and John was left to captain the ship. Unfortunately, he did not know how to do this since he had not been to school how to learn yet. He got the sail so tangled up that he ended up sailing in circles for 2 straight weeks. All the crew members got sick. After they got the sails untangled, John got the boat going at a pretty good pace. He was proud of himself. Unfortunately, he was sailing in the wrong direction away from France. Luckily for the captain, they sailed right back to where he was still floating in the water and picked him up. Everyone, including John, was relieved to have him back on board. The captain made John his first mate, and they headed back in the direction of France. When they reached France, John decided he did not need to go to sailing school after all, because he had learned to sail on his voyage over to France. He is still sailing today and makes a point to avoid all storms.
Hernando de Soto by Gray, Savion, Emmy, and Elizabeth.
Hernando de Soto was born in Spain. As a boy, he dreamed of designing and building his own automobile when he got older. His parents thought he was crazy, though, and told him he should get a more practical job, like a navigator. So he went to school, and when he got out, King Charles I of Spain told him he needed to sail to the colonies and conquer the people in the south.
On his first voyage, he ran into a large rock, which caused his boat to quickly fill with water. Luckily, he had a canoe on the side of his ship, so he jumped into that and rowed away from the sinking boat. His crew stayed behind to repair the boat, but Hernando continued to explore the river, which we now call the Mississippi River. He was rowing back to meet his crew. His arms were too tired to row on. He got caught in a storm. His little canoe was tossed all around. He knew he was in trouble when a waterspout formed under his canoe and flung him onto a nearby riverbank. Luckily, he landed next to his crew who had repaired the boat. They sailed back to Spain, but did not conquer any people on this voyage. Maybe next time, because they knew they had many more journeys ahead.
Juan Ponce de Leon was born in Spain in 1460. He was an explorer and came over with Christopher Columbus on his second voyage. Juan liked the islands and decided to stay behind. While there, he heard stories of the Fountain of Youth, which was supposed to be located on a gigantic mountain. One day, he found a large mountain and climbed it. He left his crew behind because he was greedy and did not want them to know where the Fountain of Youth was if he found it. But he had to go back because he did not find anything. He did not give up hope, though, and continued to look for the Fountain of Youth. The next time he went out looking, he ran into a huge rock which put a large hole in his boat. He almost drowned, but was able to save himself and the rest of his crew. They swam to a nearby island that they had not noticed before. They thought they would be stuck there for a while, so they started to explore the island. Ponce got lost in the forest of the island and could not find his way back to the beach. He called out loudly for his crew, but no one heard him. He was so thirsty from yelling that he knelt down to take a drink from a nearby spring. The water was delicious, and Ponce immediately felt better. He finally made it back to the beach and his crew, who noticed that he looked a lot younger. Ponce realized that he had found the magic fountain. He showed his crew where it was, and they all drank from it. They were never seen again, but many people still believe that they are still alive on the islands with the magic fountain.
Amelia Earhart by Colton, Maddie, and Josh.
Amelia Earhart was born on July 24th, 1897. Her parents took her to see an air show in 1920. When she was 23, she rode in an open cockpit flight over Los Angeles. She started flying lessons in 1920 and purchased her first plane in July. In 1922, she started trying to break records. She broke the altitude record flying over 14,000 feet. She took a job as a social worker, but then got an offer to fly across the Atlantic Sea as a passenger.
Other people flew the plane, but Amelia was the first woman to cross the Atlantic in a plane. In 1935, Amelia started planning for an around-the-world flight. On her first try, she crashed during takeoff. She then had to wait until her plane was fixed to try again. On June 1st, 1937, Amelia Earhart and co-pilot Fred Noonan tried to fly around the world again. They had already flown 22,000 miles and had 7,000 left to go when she sent a distress call saying they were far off course and did not have enough gas to get to their target island to refuel. The plane went missing, and Amelia and Fred were never heard from again. President Roosevelt sent 9 naval ships and 66 aircraft to search the area, but had to call off the search when nothing was found. After 16 days, there are many ideas about what happened. Was it a storm? Was she captured by the Japanese? Did she secretly return to the U.S. and live in New Jersey? Some people believe she made it to an undiscovered island and lived the rest of her life there. We many never know, but she remains a hero for us all.
Hernando D. Columbus by Hayden, Freddie, Molly, and Dylan.
Hernando D. Columbus was named after his father, the famous explorer Christopher Columbus. Hernando always wanted to go exploring like his dad. When he was 20, he left home to join a group of people who wanted to try to find a way to get to Asia. The group was sponsored by the new King of Spain. They decided to try to fly the southern route to the islands to Asia. 1 week into the voyage, the wind stopped blowing and there was nothing to help the boat move. They were stuck. After several days, they saw another boat sail towards them. They thought they were saved, but it turned out that these were pirates who wanted to loot Hernando's ship. Just then, the wind picked up and the boat started to move very fast. They were able to sail away from the pirates, but now they were low on supplies and needed to find an island where they could restock. They found one, but when they went ashore, they realized it was uninhabited. They built some shelters and went to sleep for the night. In the middle of the night, they woke up because their shelters were on fire. It turned out that these were people on the island, and they did not like having trespassers.